Hi everyone. So I'm noticing that many of you are having difficulties completing the assignments for the 5 paragraph essay. And after going back a little bit, I realized that the same people who are having difficulties now are the same people who did not complete the graphic organizer last unit. If you remember, we said that that graphic organizer was extremely important. So I'm going to show you how to complete that graphic organizer. That is going to make your life easier. It's going to make the rest of the 5 paragraph essay possible. So right now I have 601's Google Classroom open. The same thing goes for the other classes. I'm just using this as an example. First things first, you have to open the graphic organizer. I'm going to go to classwork. We gave that graphic organizer quite a few weeks ago, so we're going to have to scroll down. I'm going to have to view more. I'm continuing to scroll down. I have to view more. And here I have CommonLit 325 graphic organizer. This was on March 25th. So if you want to scroll down, because on the side here, there are the dates that they're posted, you're going to go all the way back down to March 25th. I'm going to click. I have the different PowerPoint presentations. I have some poems here. I have an example rubric that you can, or an example graphic organizer that you can look at, but you should click on the one that you were assigned. So that's the first step. Open the graphic organizer up. If your graphic organizer looks like this and has nothing on it, that is something that you need to fix right away. All right, so let's pretend I'm going to do one as an example for you. I am going to do masks. So there are a couple of options. One, I can actually click on the link here and it will take me to the CommonLit website, right? This is really helpful because you had assessment questions. You can go through these questions and they will actually help you understand the poem more. If you don't click on the link, I'm going to show you where you can find them in Google Classroom. So let's go back to Google Classroom, and instead of classwork, we're going to stream. I'm going to click on stream. I'm going to scroll down until I get to April 21st. So if you want, you scroll down to April 21st. These are the 6 poems that we are using in this unit. So like I said, I'm going to give the example of masks, so I'm going to click on masks. This poem, it's very important that it has the illustration, so that's what's included here. There you have it. So this is what you should have open. You should have your graphic organizer open, and you can either have the masks file that I put in the Google Classroom stream, or you can click on masks right here, and it will pull you up to CommonLit. Either way, you have to have access to the poem and the graphic organizer. So if I look up here, this column is for the most important details. This column is for the poetic devices that were used. And this column is to summarize how we think Shel Silverstein is telling us that we should live our lives. Most important details. I'm going to read the poem Masks. I'm going to pull the most important details. She had blue skin, and so did he. He kept it hid, and so did she. They searched for blue their whole life through, then passed right by and never knew. So I'm going to pull the most important details. These poems are very short, so this shouldn't take you too long. For masks, I like to keep my lists here. I like to also make a bullet list. You can do that if you want. There are bullets here. You don't have to, but I just like to. So the most important details, well, the characters of the poem have blue skin. That's an important detail. And actually, their blue skin is their true identity. Let me see what other details I can pull. They kept it hid. So even though they had blue skin, they hide it with masks. And if the blue skin's their true identity, then their masks are their false identity. What other details can I get from this poem? Well, they passed themselves by, right? And they're looking for blue. So I can say they don't become friends or appreciate their true selves. And because they're not true to themselves and they're hiding themselves, they miss an opportunity to make a connection with someone like them. Now, if you want to skip poetic devices and go right to this column, that's okay, because that's what we're going to be using. But I'm going to fill in this column because it might help me later. But definitely, I don't think Shel Silverstein is, everything has, especially in poetry, everything has like is symbolic of something. So he's definitely using symbolism and metaphor. I mean, your skin's not actually blue, but he's saying their skin is blue to represent their identities. So my question is, after I get all these details, according to the poem, how should we live our lives? So I think the message is we should be our true selves because it will probably make us happier than hiding our true selves. There we go. So I just did an example for you for masks. You need to do the same thing for each of these poems. Where the sidewalk ends, what are the most important details? How should we live our lives? Growing down, how should we live our lives? The reason this graphic organizer is so important is because these become, on the right here, because you're choosing 3 poems for your 5-paragraph essay, these actually become one of your topic sentences for your body paragraphs. So one of my, I did not spell that right. So one of my topic sentences could be, we should be our true selves because it would make us happier than hiding our true selves. And that would be my topic sentence. And then in the paragraph, I would give all these details I have right here. That's why this graphic organizer is very important. And I'm noticing that the people who haven't done it are far behind. So today, those of you who are watching this during class, you are in a different group because you need to catch up. After you do this, then you should go back through and start working on the classwork here. So you can organize your outline. Let me show you that really quick, actually. So if I'm going to go to my outline, outline. In my outline, I'm giving the poem. So maybe in my first poem, I want to actually talk about masks, what we just did. So when it finally loads, masks. My topic sentence is going to be what I had in the graphic organizer on the right column. We should be our true selves. So actually, I can just copy and paste that into my other document right here for the topic sentence. My supporting evidence, I can choose what I'm going to support. I think I'm going to give both of these, I'm going to give all these details actually. I think it's a short poem, it's okay. So my supporting evidence 1 is that they have blue skin and they hide it with masks. In my explanation, I'm going to say that the blue skin is their true identity. Right, so I actually kind of gave the reasons here. I'll erase this because number 1, that's my evidence, and if you don't want to call it evidence, you can just call it a detail. You need to give them details. connection. So how does this fact that they have blue skin and that's their false identity, how does that connect to the topic sentence, we should be our true selves? So I would say, so we can see the characters are not being true to who they really are. Let me get my other supporting evidence for this one. I think this is the most important detail of the poem, actually. They miss an opportunity to make a connection. That's my explanation, actually. My supporting evidence, I'm gonna copy, because one of your details for each paragraph has to be an actual quote. So they searched for blue their whole life through, then passed right by and never knew. I wonder if I could highlight it here. No. All right. Put that right there. And then in my outline, and supporting evidence. All right, so that's my supporting evidence. My explanation is they miss an opportunity to make a connection with someone like them and to be happy. My connection, so my topic sentence was, we should be our true selves, it will make us happier. Since the characters weren't true to themselves, they were never really happy. That's how I want to close my body paragraph right there. So hopefully you guys can see the way that this works. I have that graphic organizer. I'm pulling this from my topic sentence. I'm pulling these for my details. And then in my own words, I just have to explain what I'm talking about. And the connection is, what does it have to do with what I said in the first place, which is we should be our true selves because it'll make us happier. When you complete the graphic organizer, you can pick the 3 poems that you think you know the most about, or that you connected with the most, and you can create your body paragraphs. That's what the other part of the class, the other section of the class, are doing right now because they're all caught up. But hopefully after you watch this video, you can go back through, pause it, work a little bit, play, pause, go slower, watch it over and over again. You really need to catch up. This is a very important paper. It's the last paper, the last analytical essay before you go into 7th grade. This is something you need to know how to do before 7th grade. So it's very important. If you need any help, like I always say, reach out. We are there for you. Mr. Millett has office hours. I have an email address, and I will meet as well if you need to talk. All right? Good luck, and let's get to work.